Eagles 102.3 FM.
Good morning again, and thank you so much for leaving your dials locked on your radio experience you can count on. This is Eagles 102.3, and it's time for Eagles Outlook. On Eagles Outlook this morning, we would be looking at, the 35% affirmative action. Is it possible? Is it achievable? Over time, we haven't seen it happen. We started to hear this, sometime in around the 2000s. The 35% affirmative action, which would mean that at least women would have 35% of government appointments and positions in governance. But again, over time, I think the only closest we've come to that was in the Jonathan administration in 2011. Where there was about 31% of women in his cabinet. In the National Assembly, currently the number isn't looking good because in the Senate, we just have about 3 women out of the 109 senators in the Senate, and in the House of Representatives, we have about 17 out of the 360 seats in the House of Representatives, which is really, really, really appalling. If you juxtapose that with the 35%, you just have about 2.7% in the Senate and about 4.7% in the House of Representatives. That's just not good. There's some states where there are no women at all in the state assembly, and just a handful of women in the state's cabinets. You wonder why it is so, especially considering the fact that we have a large population of women, and people have continued to say, wait, what's happening with these positions? Why don't we have women taking up these positions? Now, in the President Tinubu administration, just before the elections, during the campaigns, there were, his campaign, the campaign manifesto also read that they were going to push for at least 35% of all government positions to be reserved for women. But again, when the complete list of, the cabinet members was put out, we saw that, we just have about 18% of women in the cabinet. Speaking of just about 9 women out of the 48, and currently one of those women has been suspended. About 8 of them, one is suspended right now, and you wonder why this is so hard to achieve. Why is it so difficult to have women in position? Now, you hear people argue and say, women, when you give women certain positions, they don't know how to handle it. Seems like we have some level of conspiracy against women in governance, because every time, remember the Patricia Ete situation, she was kicked out. Remember, just look at this now, Better Edu, the situation with Better Edu. It just seems like, because if you talk about corruption, if Nigeria's corruption index, the corruption perception index says Nigeria is 145% corruption, it doesn't mean that it's just women who, it's women who are corrupt. But every time, it seems like we find a way to, when women are corrupt, it seems like, we'll blow it over, and the male counterparts are left to continue in the positions when, even though they're accused of corrupt practices. This morning, my guest is a female politician who has been in the polity for quite a while, and she's been doing quite good for herself. Buki Okangbe is joining us this morning. She's a member of the All Progressives Congress. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Buki. It's so good to have you on the program today.
Thank you so much. How are you, Hanacho? Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Nigerians.
Good to have you. Buki, let me start by asking you, how does it feel, when people like you work so hard for your parties to emerge, and you look at the positions reserved for women, and it just doesn't speak so much? How does that make you feel? The people who have worked really hard for the parties, women who have, given blood, sweat, and energy and all of that just to see that the party emerges, even when appointments are made not based on competence, but to compensate people who work for the party. It seems like your direction isn't completely looked at. Well, how does that make you feel?
Well, I don't think our direction is not being looked at. It's just we are politicians. We believe one step at a time, and we believe that definitely by the grace of God, it will definitely come our way. We've worked and we believe in the renewed hope government. So we're expecting people like us. We're still expecting them to engage us because we've got a lot to offer to the country. We've got a lot to offer to the grassroots. And you remember last time I was here, I emphasized how I'm a grassrooter. So I am looking forward to a very better position so I can send my own small service to the country.
But in general terms, how does that look when you look around you and those of you who are who are women in parties, who are women in politics, you look around and you don't get the kind of recognition that you would expect for women who have worked really hard for their parties to get. In a general perspective, what is that feeling, or rather,
it
how does that come across?
It would never feel. I mean, if you love your party, you work so hard for the party, you expect your party to engage you from time to time. So if you don't see that coming, definitely you will not. The feeling will not be good. But then APC, it's working on it. We are the leadership of the APC under the present chairman is doing very well, and we believe he will make sure that especially women, because women are so scarce. I will use the word scarce, either in the party secretariat or in the government or in the state assembly. So I think the woman leader too is working so hard to make sure the women are where they should be, especially after working so hard for the party.
Speaking of women leader, the former women leader of your party went up to become a member of the cabinet, a cabinet minister, and I'm guessing she's from your state, and just a few months in, she's been roped in a corruption scandal that has become one of the biggest in this administration, the life of this administration, just about 6 months in. And first of all, I'd love to get your opinion, your stance on that. The way that it seems that it's one minute you're a minister, the next minute you're out, you're suspended.
I wouldn't want to go there. I wouldn't want to talk about that because I don't know anything about that. I saw it like you saw it, and I think the matter is under investigation. Mr. President have ordered them to investigate. Whatever happens, I think we will get through it, please.
But does it bother you? Does it bother you allegations? But sometimes they still hold on to their positions. But when it happens to a woman, the whole country counts.
We have a different precedent now. That's one thing Nigerians have to know. Things may not be looking bright, but I believe in the renewed hope, and I believe we're dealing with Asiwaju Jagaban, the former governor of Lagos to where Lagos is. So we're not just dealing with any president. He's ready to fire and hire. That's one thing. When he came, he said he's ready to fire and hire. So, I mean, whatever it's, let's just keep going. I believe it to be bright.
All right, looking at the situation of things, like you mentioned, it's not looking so good. But you mentioned that you believe in the president and all. In a situation, do you think that if women had more positions in this government, that things would be looking better? Or
definitely. Definitely, women are very strong. Women are very connected with the people. Women go to the market. And not a minister will still go to the market and connect with the market women to buy food to cook for our family. Women are the stronghold of any nation. So when women are in power, a lot happen. So we still believe that Her Excellency the First Lady and the leadership of the party will do more to engage more of the women, not APC women, not ABGA women, more of qualified professionals, Nigerian women in this government, and we're really praying for that because it's very important. Seriously, women are not there, but we're praying, and we're praying that Mr. President should do more in bringing women on board because we really need to be there.
Now, let's talk about the elected positions. So you contested election at some point. Do you think there's a prejudice against women in politics?
You know, we are Africans, right? So we just I still think this is a whole borrowed system that we're still learning from. You know, we're Africans, and first, we are women. So I will not say we're not being, So I think with time, everything will change. The system will change. I ran elections. I ran for primaries, and somebody else won. But I won't say because it's a man. I won't say because, I just think with time they will make sure they have the right people, the right women on board, and they will have a system that women will be supported fully if they're running any position, so that women can be there too. We really need women to be in elective positions. Yes, we do. And we're praying that the system should understand that women have to be there.
What are the stumbling blocks that you encountered, during that process? What are the challenges and that other women may encounter if they decide to run?
Well, running elections in Nigeria, my first challenge was finances. I'm not a rich man's daughter. I'm just a strong woman on the street of Nigeria, and another thing is maybe, like you said, some people say she's a woman. So yes, you get that most of the time. But like I said, I don't believe in those challenges. Definitely, we will get there.
Interesting. We would get there. Let's now get on to the conversation about how the APC administration is faring, coming all the way from the past administration, the Buhari administration, 8 years, and it served. The Tinubu administration has taken over, and people see really terrible, with inflation at over 30%. What do you call it now? The forex issue is biting really hard. The naira against the dollar is struggling. 1,500 naira in the parallel market, and it's quite disturbing the way that the prices of things are going up on a daily basis. In your experience and how you've been able to manage all through, what would you was very vocal in telling Nigerians go out and vote for the APC, go out and vote for Asiwaju and all. What would be what would you be saying?
Yeah, that's true. I remember when I was on this station, right? Okay, so I will still say what I said the last time. I think we still a new government. Let us still be patient. We know the dollar is up there. We know the foodstuff in the market are so high. Let us it's just 7 months now. And I believe as Achievable already, we've been patient already. So why now? So let's just keep being patient. I believe by the grace of God, He will get it right.
I'm going to ask you this as a woman, the situation with insecurity, it's quite dicey. Yesterday we saw children being abducted and all of that. Do you think that the president is getting the actual feelers of what the situation is? And if not, how can he get that feeler? You're close to the party, maybe even the national leadership of the party. How is the party going to handle this and get the attention of the president to really tackle this insecurity? Because women and children constantly abducted. It's just worrisome.
The leadership of the party is really they've been communicating with the presidency to make sure we handle this, and the president himself is very serious about this. We just pray that what happens in the past administration does not come back to this happen again to us. that when some people will just sit down there and decide that they want to frustrate a certain kind of government. So that's the prayer we have now. We don't want that to happen to this administration, because this administration, by the grace of God, we're hoping on it. This is the administration that Nigerians are looking forward to set this whole hardship problem free. So if what has been happening before, like some group of people will just sit and form a group and start sponsoring all kind of manner of attacks just to discredit the government, if it happens, it won't be good for us. So that's the prayer we're praying now, that those people should not come back again to discredit, to cause what will discredit, cause problem that will make the Nigerian people not to have hope on this government. Because you know how some people can be so desperate. So that's the prayer now. We pray they should not come. But I think the presidency is capable, and they are really seriously working to make sure that we stop this. At some point, we are aware of the several meetings that have been going on. 2 days ago, there was a security meeting. So many things are going on the ground that we will not know. But I think the president is not just folding his hands and watching this. We will, by God's grace, this will come to pass as well.
Yeah, you just said something that tickled my interest, especially because it relates towards the governor of Imo State had said a few days ago that there are people who, somewhat, even the minister of the FCT have said that there are people who sponsor these things. Now, I'm going to ask you, do you believe there are people who are more powerful than government, and government knows that they are sponsoring, especially insecurity, and cannot bring them to book? Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you now.
Yes. I
came out from a meeting for this. So,
okay. I'm sorry.
I won't talk much on the security, because I'm not a security personnel. I don't know much. My only prayer is God should help Nigeria. So I don't know anything. The only thing I pray as an ordinary citizen, I pray that these people that always cause problem just to discredit the government should not come back. That's all I have to say.
Interesting. All right. We're gonna have to let you go in a bit, but before that, let's get in a few callers to jump in the conversation as well. And just have a chat with you a bit. 09073530044 and 09087668888. You want to send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 09097054450. I'm gonna have to let my guests go all shortly. Hello, good morning. Good morning, Elder Onoja. Good to have you.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, Daddy. Good morning, sir.
Take this message to APC. I'm not a politician. I'm a spiritual staff.
Okay, sir.
To cope up with security in Nigeria is only one way for the government to do.
Okay.
And every spiritual staff has advised the government the way out. But they don't hear.
Yes, sir.
You see, Nigeria police, they are not trained to fight insurgency. Insurgency is guerrilla war. And the guerrilla war, people to fight it, they call the special force. If they form a special force, Nigeria they have a special force. That's why they don't waste kidnapping killing in Nigeria. The same thing with Chad, the same thing with Cameroon. Only Nigeria here, they refuse to form a special force. A special force, they are occupying inside forest. Their barracks is not outside. Nigeria army will go and fight there and go back. Air Force will go and bomb there and go back. They will reduce.
All right,
special force, they enter.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Elder Onoja. I appreciate you calling in and sharing that thoughts.
Thank you. That's a very good one. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm guessing that we're going to have this good feedback. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Who's joining us?
It's Mr. Francis.
Mr. Francis, go ahead. Let's hear you quickly.
Good morning to the guests in the house.
Good morning, sir.
You're welcome, my dear sister. You have spoken well.
Thank you.
I thank you. There is no way you can be spoken well. You have been able to defend the government very well. And not that you are defending the government, you are speaking somehow the reality, and somehow you have to maintain your house, not to bring your house into the public.
Thank you, sir.
But the reality remains that our people make a parable that you only know a king when he is crowning. So I think You only see a king where is crowning. So far back in the 2007, when Yar'Adua came into power, he came into power with an action positively. The fuel was up, he brought it down immediately. And Nigeria feel the impact of Yar'Adua's government. Yar'Adua is a family man, he's not an Igbo man, he's not an Hausa man, he's not a Yoruba man. But he really showed himself as a leader who is ready to work for the people. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, sir.
A man who truly show patriotism for the people, to be a man, Igbo man. During Yar'Adua time, there was never all kind of segregation that is a Fulani man, is a this and that. Everybody, even whenever, hello?
Yes, we'll make it quick, please. Make it quick. Thank you.
So, what I'm trying to say is that they got it wrong from the beginning. You came into power, you didn't even go to look into the fight. You came and say you are removing subsidy. Over 7 months, people are suffering. They're telling us to have patience. That patience will say from 8 years of warranty ended. We with another half patience. We need a quick resolution. People are suffering. Let the president hear it and hear it. People are suffering.
All right.
We don't need to be patient. While they're enjoying with our taxpayers' money.
All right. Thank you very much for joining in and sharing your thoughts, Mr. Francis. Appreciate you. Sorry, I've got to let my guests go now. Thank you to Bucky Okwangbe, politician and female politician there, joining and lending a voice to the conversation. We hope that you find your way to where you desire. Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation. More calls. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Chief Cosmos.
And you are guest in the studio.
Welcome.
My name is Chief Cosmos Subunali.
Good to have you.
I'm calling from Suleja. Yes, according to that woman there, African way of life affecting women in politics. I'm a grassroots politician. Let me make it open today. You know how difficult to organize women to come up because of their family attachment. It's an investment. Okay? And whenever you give women a chance, the men will come with their bags of money. No, women don't like anything that will send their names and will step apart. Just recently, the governor of Imo State appointed a woman to be the deputy. And if the place, unless men in themselves give them chance, otherwise, women will be relegated to the background. And they are very shy, they are very fragile. Not every woman will come out to do. And it gives them a chance, they perform very well. Remember that woman that was.
All right, Chief Cosmos, you want to put down the volume of your radio as you.
It's too early to judge the government now. Give them up to 4 years before you judge.
Wow, okay. Thank you very much. Give them 4 years before you judge. 4 years is a tenure, 4 years is a term in office, and that's when people will be going back to the polls. Okay. Give them 4 years before you judge. That's what Chief Cosmos says. Hello, good morning.
Hello, the Prince.
Good morning.
I greet you.
Okay, I greet you too. Welcome.
Always, and I greet you. Good.
Thank you.
The issue is that about 8 to 9 years now, APC took over government in Nigeria. What good, or will you say that the APC brought to Nigeria from 8 to 9 years, from Buhari wasted 8 years, and now wasted almost 1 year. Every day story, you go better tomorrow, Monday you go better, Tuesday you go better, Wednesday you go better, Thursday you go better, Friday you go better, Saturday you go better, Sunday you go better, Monday you go better. See all these anti-promises, yeah, and people are dying. Insecurity, you are not there. Employment, you're not there. Agriculture, you are not there. In education, you are not there. In health, you are not there. Now, what are they telling us? What is telling us? Look at the school children kidnapped in a state. Yeah? If you say something now, they are carrying DSS looking at you as they are looking at me. They can't see me. But I'm going to continue to say the truth. You see? If we say make you stop talking, bad thing will continue increase. I'm going to continue to talk. Even if I don't have money, I will borrow to empower my poor, to make sure that I contribute my quota to the development of the country. But the party leadership, somebody to be. Listen, you can't listen. Go, you will not go. What type of government is this? Yeah? My prayer is that those that call this for land, call this land, the land will continue to beat them. And they will continue to pay ransom. Thank you. Have a nice celebration.
Thank you for calling. Let's not pray for anyone to be affected in any negative thing. All right. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, my friend Sharon.
Good morning,
welcome
indeed.
to another session of the program.
Thank you.
Yes, this window taking all the way from Charles State. My friends, I listened to there, and the whole thing. One thing I got from our speech is that we should continue to pray. Here, my friends, as long as as far as prayer is concerned, prayer and work. Effort, they go pari-passu, they go hand in hand. Prayer alone does not work. Prayer without work is dead. I believe, hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I strongly believe that we're not doing what we're supposed to do. So as long as we're not doing it, I will continue to pray. Things will keep getting worse. Do you know that Israel is regarded as God's own people, God's own country? But Israel don't joke with that security. They don't pray when they have security challenges. I happened to find out from someone who is from Israel, and we are working together. In Australia, and I asked the person, when people are killed in your country, do you ask churches to pray? Do everybody pray for those who are in the army and police? They say no, you don't do that. When there's a security challenge, they face it head on. Nobody prays. They go and fight. They fight back. They fight with the last drop of their blood. That is how Israel is. So Israel that is God's own country. It's not praying when they have to challenges. Right. They're fighting. Who are we? So I feel that we should take those that don't want us to have peace. Those who are in charge of security, you take the word to them, my prince. You don't pray. See, if we continue to pray, people will continue to die. If we continue to pray like this, things will not improve. Prayer and work, they go pari-passu, they go hand in hand.
All right. So
prayer without work is dead.
Thank you.
So let those who are in charge of security, if you know you cannot do your job, you cannot deliver, you resign. And I asked you the other time, my place, how long should people who are in charge of security stay, and if they cannot perform before they can be removed? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Keep those calls coming. We'll take a quick short pause now. The conversation continues. Keep it here.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Please listen to this announcement. Abuja, are you ready? It is never in doubt that the current economic realities in Nigeria is biting hard. Guess what? The antidote is Diamond Project, which is an initiative of an international organization set up to help Nigerians to explore an alternative way of generating funds to finance personal business or projects through a partnership assistance program. With this project, you have access to mentorship and training, capacity building, and lots more. Who is eligible? Professionals, retirees, graduates, including housewives, workers, and anyone who is above 18 years old. We have reserved slots for the first 50 persons to send OK as an SMS to this number 090 722 122 20 722 122 27 090 722 122 27. That is 090 722 122 27.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Has anyone told you you can talk about your business on radio for just 15,000 naira? Get a chance to talk your business for 20 minutes on The Entrepreneur, Mondays to Fridays, 3 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja. For more inquiries, call 090-9984-4433. 090-9984-4433. The Entrepreneur, talk your business for just 15,000 naira. Hurry now.
You can count on. It is Eagles Outlook, bringing our time now to 9:34 at this time. The conversation has been around women in politics as well as the situation of the country in the last couple of months since the Tinubu administration took off office. My guest earlier was Bakio Kangbe, who's a member of the All Progressives Congress, to join us in the conversation. And, well, it's time for us to get your thoughts in. Call 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888 Sadly, I lost connection with this one. Try to call back, please. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Abdullahi Mekano.
Yeah, this is Abdullah Mekano calling from Cuba.
Good to have you.
Thank you very much indeed, sir. Are you with me, sir?
I'm with you, 100.
Sir, it's quite unfortunate what is happening in my country, Nigeria. It's disheartening and becoming. I'm very, very angry this morning. It's an agony. It's despondent destructions to humanity. It's very, very bad. The situation is quite unbecoming. What prayer are we going to conduct, we Nigerians? It's a scam. It's a scam, really. And even in the Holy Quran, the glorious Quran and the Holy Bible, that you should act and pray. You should act and pray. You have to work and pray. So it just depends on praying, deceiving ourselves, but we don't want to act. It's quite unfortunate. This is the time for Nigerians to act as a nation. We can achieve anything without proper action, without directions, without arrangement, without clear mind in what we are doing. Why are we deceiving ourselves? Why clerics now become politicians because of little money they are getting from the bad politicians? Why can't tell the government the truth about the particular situation? It's a very precarious situation we are in the country. The clerics must come out and tell the government this is the time of action, not prayer. We have been praying for the 500 years before even the amalgamation of Nigeria. People have been praying. I was born in prayer. You too, you were born in prayer. We are still praying. Why can't we act? Why are we deceiving ourselves? We need to act now. Nobody can achieve anything without action. You pray, you also put it into practice. Prayer is nothing without action. We can achieve anything in this country. We know where the insecurity is coming from. We know the people behind the insecurity. According to even the government officials, they are the people who are untouchable in this country, who are big men in Nigeria, who can do and undo, who are above the law, behind the insecurity. Okay, now we say we are going to pay a huge amount of money just to conduct a national prayer. Are we not deceiving ourselves? Is it not a scam? What a shameful country is this? Are we in our senses? What a country, sir. What a country. Where are we? Where are we heading to as a nation? Do you know what we are doing? Are we sensible enough, sir? Who are the leaders of this country? Are they mad? Are we doing what
take it easy. Please, let's keep the comments very civil. You see, these questions that you ask is questions of lips of many regular Nigerians, everyday Nigerians, but it seems like the only people who don't ask these questions are the elites and those who we refer to as leaders. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Point.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, this Mr. Onidoma. Mr.
Onidoma, good to have you. Welcome.
The line is breaking. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead, talk to me, please.
Good morning.
Good morning again.
My sister in the studio, I greet her too.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think the issue at hand in Nigeria now, my brother. Yes, it's only God. The prayer is good, but action is better. I always say this. The Nigerian masses who have been through, mile about the situation. If we can come out and defend our rights against this, our politicians, not with gun, not with cutlass, but let all of us come out, unite, and take the bull by the horn, like the Nigerians have done, and take the bull by the horn. We are slaves in our country. People are really suffering as a result of bad leadership. Not that we don't have the resources. We have the resources, but these people have decided to hijack it. Some people will be, burying money inside the tank. The money will be wasted. Some people will be saving money for their unborn children and telling us to have patience, The Tinubu we have today is different from Tinubu we have the way he was the governor of Lagos State. That is what we were clamoring during the 2023 election. That longer active as it was. It is no longer on his side. We voted for the right person. They fight everything, and today we are hearing it. I'm not a prophet of doom, but if anybody is expecting another different thing from this administration, I just pray that God will help. But this is what we are seeing as a result of the thing that the right person is supposed to be there, because it's from the particular section of the country. They don't want him to be there. Election was won, and they turn it upside down and give it to the wrong person. This is the result. I pray that God will help me.
Thank you, Yidaba. Thank you for calling. Moving on. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my prince. This is John from Silesia.
John, good to have you.
Thank you. My prince, you were having a newspaper review some day back. They said the nurses from Nigeria was back in Britain for praying while the patient was in critical condition. Hello?
Yes, yes, that's very correct.
Is it true?
Very true, very true.
And that is a very serious set of people who know what they want. You are praying and the patient needed help and all that, and you are busy praying. And they fact this set of people and say they are not serious set of people. So this is when people are serious. I can't imagine that this very security was distributing money and asking people to pray. And the country is in a very serious condition. Look at what is happening. Every day you wake up, when you listen to radio, you see this one is kidnapped here, that one is kidnapped, and ransom has been demanded for 100 million and all that. If somebody like me, if this thing will happen to me, how do I raise that such money with my prince? It's alarming that we are hearing this kind of news, and to make the matter worse, honestly speaking, let me tell you something, you may not like it. See this government coming, I never knew the direction they are driving to. The man is running from pillar to post. You are telling people to come and invest in a country where there is no security. Who will come and put his money in this kind of country where there is no security? And what you ask yourself, what is the permanent assignment of government, welfare and security? And it's like when you bring basket into a river, trying to fetch water with a basket, and then nothing to show for it. You're supposed to sit down and look at the whole of this thing. Very simple things to do, and everybody will be comfortable. And they are not doing it. They are telling India, who about 4 years ago they said the poorest people in the world. Today you are telling them to come and invest in your country because they are organized. Have a nice day, my dear.
Thank you very much, Mr. John, for calling. And looking at this whole situation with the economy and what it seems like, what seems like has been an overwhelming situation for those who are in charge of monetary policies and all, especially with the foreign exchange. You'd wonder why it is that the CBN hasn't reduced the number of BDC operators, licensed BDC operators in the country. Because if we have more BDCs than even the banks who are officially empowered to dispense foreign exchange and manage foreign exchange in the official window, in the official number, then I don't know what it is that we're doing. Because as regulators, you should have been able to say by now, we want to withdraw licenses of some of these people, especially those ones who have been cutting corners and influencing the market negatively. Isn't that what the regulator does? I'm just asking. I'm not the guy not the one who knows these things, but I'm just asking, as an ordinary person, it makes more sense to me to see that the number of BDC operators reduces. That's one way to, force this thing out, because people are holding the dollar and round tripping the dollar. If you're able to do that and put your searchlights more on the banks that you officially regulate, then you'll be able to manage the situation, because you're dumping currency, the dollar in the market, and it's just soaking it up. It's disappearing by the minute. I mean, you dump $65 million in the market 1 minute, the next minute it's all gone. You're wondering where it goes to. Where is it going to? The market just soaks up everything, because there are people who are benefiting a whole lot from round tripping the dollar. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Nanesh.
My name is Ihanacho. Good to have you. What's your name, sir?
I'm Abdullah calling from Bali.
Abdullah, good to have you.
Thank you very much. You see, your guest has spoken well. In fact, she is a political strategist. She has tried her best. But the most important thing is that so many things are not going the way that people expected. But it is not ideal to apportion blame to a particular section of the country, because this insecurity is in everywhere. Every section of the country has this problem of insecurity, whether very wide or very small. We have this insecurity. So the most important thing is that let the government of the day come to its senses and expose the sponsors if they know them, however big or small they could be. Because without telling the sponsors, or without apprehending and arresting and also prosecuting the sponsors so that the entire Nigerians will be at peace, this insecurity may not finish in good time. I know the security agencies are trying their best, and in fact, so many of them are dying in the battlefield because of the guerrilla war. And I can also accept the advice constantly given by our elders that used to speak for setting up special force in order to tackle the guerrilla war. And luckily, the government of the day has already signed an agreement or memorandum of understanding with the United States of America to come and train security agents on special arrangements that will form the special force in order to tackle this type of insecurity in the country. And they have promised to provide all the necessary things, the gadgets and whatever that it takes, so that they can be able to...
All right, thank you, Abdullah. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for calling. Now, I was speaking about the BDCs. Can you guess how many Bureau de Change operators are licensed to operate in Nigeria? You want to take a guess? Just take a wild guess. Just guess. Let me see. Oh, I'm down to one line now. I don't think that you can guess the number. And how many bags do you think we have? I'll let you know. So I'm looking at a list. Looking at a list from the Central Bank of Nigeria. List of licensed BDC operators. You cannot imagine. If you don't have it, you don't have it. If you don't know it, I mean, if you have never seen it before, you would never think that we have. How many do you think we have? 100? 200? 500? 1,000? Well, there are about 5,689. 5,689 689 BDC operators. How many banks do we have again? We have just about 24 banks in Nigeria, but then we have 5,689 Bureau of Exchange operators. How do you think that the dollar would do? Why do you think the black market is doing better than the official window? Why would people not sabotage the naira on a regular basis? If you have 5,000, just if you have 5,000 people who are selling, forex, what do you call it, the dollar and foreign currencies in the country, how do you think they stay in business? By allowing your official window to thrive? Is that how they stay in business? And guess what? Some of these companies, these BDCs, were registered in different names, all belonging to, some of them, maybe 10 or 20 of them belonging to one person, but in different names. What sense does it make that you have 5,689 Bureau de Change operators in the country? What happened to, if we found a way to consolidate the banks, why can't we consolidate this one? And rather than have the proliferation of BDC operators, how can Naira do well when all these people want to sell dollars? When over 5,000 people want to sell dollars. I mean, as business, not that they, as business, this is what they make profits every day from selling the dollars. How do you think that it makes sense? I mean, I'm a layman. Maybe I don't understand it. Maybe I'm not an economist and and so I don't understand this. But just help me make sense of this. Bringing in one more caller. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Henach.
Good morning, Comrade Haruna. Good to have you.
Thank you very much. In fact, your last statement just prompted me to call. If not, I don't want to go into it. But it amazed me to hear that figure. These are the higher and mighty that determine the economic of this country. Almost 6,000 people. These are official people who go through the protocol, which I believe we have other numbers that are not registered yet, and they are there exchanging this dollar to naira. They determine what the market may be tomorrow. And you go to bank today, you want to exchange, you need a dollar for business, you follow the protocol, they will tell you they can't give you $100 or they can't give you $1,000. What you can get is this or that on some conditions. But these people, you go there, any amount you want, as long as you have the money, they are ready to get the interest on it, they will give you. So, see, it's high time for, what is it called, CBN, to wake up and do the needful to see how they can crush this bureau de change. Not anybody that comes that wants license, they will start giving the person license because he have some dollar to trade.
All right, Comrade Haruna.
Enough of all this.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And need I add that this list is a list of licensed BDC operators as of June 2021. So there's a big chance that more people have been licensed to operate in the BDC market, in the foreign exchange market, illegally, or rather in the black market, right, in the parallel market. The things that happen in Nigeria is just seems like an anomaly. We just seem like we're an abnormal people, like an abnormal set of people. (2019) BDC Limited, 2022 BDC Limited. That's the name of a company. 2017 BDC Limited. Prince Hanacho, good morning. Many talks are going on in Nigeria. Snake has swallowed money, millions of naira in this country. Prayers can collect its own. Let Nigerians change prayers. Mr. Benny Victor, thank you very much. And Abbas Duse says, on insecurity, I've been saying it's the only solution to our security agencies to change their tactics and approach. Let the NSA advise President Tinubu to form a special force whose responsibility will solely be will solely rely on kidnappers or something. Okay, maybe be on kidnappers and abduction. If not, this current military style we are using will not work on an organized crime. Organized crime can only be handled by modern methods of security, whereby special units are created equipped with modern internet service capable of monitoring the entire nation so that these terrorists can be easily tracked. This is the only solution. Abbas, thank you very much. And who else is here? This would be the last one. Kumode from Kubwa says, good morning, Henacho. I believe your guest is not happy with the direction of this administration, but being a member of the APC, she doesn't want to openly criticize it on air. That was the reason she was stressing on praying for a better recognition for women in politics. The truth must be told. The president don't really know what to do. Those who brought him in on board were the ones bringing up all these policies that is seriously affecting Nigerians. I've always maintained that I won't blame this administration. If Obi and Atiku had worked together, by now we would likely have it better than what we are facing now. 2027 is fast approaching. Let me see if we have learned any lesson from this hardship. I pray to be alive to see the outcome. I have a book to write by 2030, God willing. And that's where we would have to leave the conversation this morning. Thank you to everyone who's been a part of the conversation. I don't think Nigerians are learning anything. 2027 will still come and go. It will still be the same story.